welcome to the Team Lawson channel. I'm Theresa.
I'm Mike.
And we're millennials and we're making it. On our channel, we discuss all things that meet within the intersection of millennial, marriage, and special needs parenting.
We want to create a community that's both inclusive and encouraging.
So today is going to be part 2 of what we decided is going to be a 2-part series of Maci's autism story. The last story we talked about was finding out and how we found out and getting diagnosed. And then the second part we're going to talk about is surviving the diagnosis. What was it like in the days, the weeks, and months? And apparently what has been for me the years, we're skipping that one and doing this in the second part. Okay. And the years after finding out and dealing with the fact that our child was diagnosed. I think I would like to start with you because I think my reaction was very overt. And
what you mean overt?
Like, it was obvious what my reaction was.
You was upset?
Yes, but I think I was so involved in my reaction, I didn't consider, like, what were you going through in those days and weeks afterwards?
Well, I had mixed emotions. I didn't know.
Gosh. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I didn't know really how to feel about it. Mm-hmm. I wasn't angry. I wasn't even angry or sad in my emotions because I still feel kind of how I felt. I feel today kind of how I felt back then. Like, it's still hope for my child, you know what I'm saying? Like, and when the doctors, confirmed that for me, you know what I'm saying? I don't worry. Like I said, I believe Maci gonna have a bright future. I believe God designed her the way He did for a reason. I believe she's going to make a huge impact in this world. I believe His anointing is on her, so I believe, like I said, it's hopeful. You know what I'm saying? I think the Lord gonna do something big in her life. Even something that we, I guess, what I'm looking for. Something we can't even probably comprehend or even fathom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's how I feel.
For me, the month or so before we got really busy with therapy and evaluations and stuff, after Maci was diagnosed, I was an absolute wreck. Like, I felt her diagnosis was confirmation for me that my biggest fear came true. I was a horrible mother. I had done something awful to my child, and that's why she was born or developed to be on the autism spectrum.
What you mean about it?
It was the stress during my pregnancy, the fact that I had to take nausea medicine in my entire pregnancy, the fact that I was depressed, the fact that I couldn't deliver vaginally and had a C-section, the fact that I yelled, the fact that I blamed every shortcoming, failing that I perceived in my mind as the reason she was autistic. It was somehow my fault. So just to clarify, because I talked about the fact that she got shots, her shots according to schedule until we moved to Baton Rouge. We didn't have insurance for probably almost a year and a half. We didn't. Maci had Medicaid because she's a child. And
we had insurance. This wasn't good insurance.
No, it was why we didn't have insurance. It was about a year and a half. We had no insurance.
No, when I came back, I was driving trucks. We had insurance through them.
We had insurance. We had insurance through the trucks.
When I got that other job,
we had insurance through Laser Spot, and then we had no insurance. And we had no insurance.
Oh, that's right, because I had the
right. During that time period, Maci got no shots, and that was the time period where we found out that she was autistic. Right? And so we had just gotten insurance again. It was her 4-year appointment where she got shots again. And that was when we found out she was autistic. So during that year and a half, she had none of the typical shots. And so I simultaneously thought the fact that she got all her shots when she was an infant and 1 and 2 years old, and the fact that she didn't get her shots when she was 2 and 3 years old was why that she was autistic. Vaccinations do not cause autism. That is one, literally that was going on in my head. That is one thing that we're sure of, as sure as we can be sure of as human beings, that is not a cause of autism, vaccines. Please don't comment me. Don't add me in your articles. Like, can we please study something else? Because I would like to know what causes autism, and we know that it ain't vaccines. As far as we can know, we know that it is not vaccines. So that was in my head. Like, it was my fault. And then started the deep, deep grieving. And I could not put into words like what exactly I was grieving, but I knew that I knew the feelings that I had felt before were the feelings I felt when I lost someone or lost something or something traumatic. Like, I would cry. Like, there would be times where I would just have to stop in the day. There was one time in particular, this is actually a funny story, where I was just doing stuff and Maci was being particularly autistic and was not cooperating. And I just lay down on the couch and I tried to pray and I couldn't pray. I just sobbed. I just sobbed and sobbed. And Maci kept, Mom, can noodles? 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 And then she ran off in the kitchen and I heard banging and she was messing around with the microwave. And then she came back and she sat down at her table and she was really quiet. And so I finished sobbing and I got up and I turned around and she had gone in the kitchen and gotten her noodles out the refrigerator from the Chinese place the night before and heated them up in the microwave so that she could eat because I was too busy crying. Like, I was a mess for a little while. And then we got into all of the therapy things. And so if you've never had to deal with insurance or first of all being diagnosed with anything long term, the insurance or Medicaid behind getting cover for something that is lifelong, because autism is a lifelong diagnosis, like, it is a nightmare. It is like all of the paperwork, all of the appointments. Thank God I wasn't working and honestly, thank God Michael had shift work because we could schedule appointments to where he was there. She was getting evaluated by doctor's offices and different different, what's it called? Fields. Like, I'll figure it out. And then she was getting evaluated by her therapy center. And then she was getting evaluated by her by the school system, because she was of age where she passed early steps and could be evaluated by the school system. So we were making doctor's appointments and going to doctor's appointments and paying for those out of pocket. We were going to the therapy center doing the evaluation. I had to do all the paperwork to get the Medicaid straight, so Medicaid would pay for those. And then we were going to the school system and doing the evaluation. Of all the evaluations, the school system made it the easiest, believe it or not. It was a nightmare. And then she started therapy. And so it was rearranging our entire lives. We had one vehicle at the time, so that meant in order for me to take her to therapy during the day, I had to drop him off at work at like 5:30. For 5:30, we come home, get dressed. I take her to therapy. Sometimes she was all day, sometimes she was half day. It just kind of depended on the day. I had to go pick her up. We go home and eat. We go get Dad after work, and then we come home. And this lasted for a year. And no, this was 2 years we had one vehicle. When did we get the truck? This was 2 years. We did this for no.
Cause I was at the job for 3. I got the truck in the third year.
You got the truck in the 3rd year? But it was still means it was 2 years.
It was 3 years. I hadn't been at my job for 3 years.
I know that, but I'm talking about.
I was going on year 4 when I got that truck. I was going on year 4. Because if I wouldn't have got laid off, I would have been 4 years on the job.
Okay, but Maci only's been emerged for 3 years, and this is her 3rd year.
Maci been alone.
Oh, this is her 4th year.
Yes.
This is her 3rd year of school.
Yes.
Oh God, did we do that for 3 years?
Yes.
Oh Jesus, no wonder I'm so tired all the time. Oh.
Yeah, for 3 years.
I'm tired on the inside. That made me even more tired. So, after 3 years of doing that schedule, oh gosh.
So, bro, we really ain't have insurance for a year.
We didn't have insurance for like a year and a half.
We done had some crazy years.
We done had some crazy years. So, when Maci first started going to school, this was the first time that she was away from us. We didn't even do Sunday school at that point because she wasn't ready emotionally and developmentally. She wasn't ready to be in that sort of. She needed one-on-one, basically, in Sunday school.
You know what got her ready for Sunday school?
What?
Them chips and that juice.
The chips and that juice after Sunday. Them snacks get you right. She'll sit down for the chips and the juice. She loves that. But
I ain't even think about Jesus. She worried about that.
No, my baby do be thinking about Jesus.
She wasn't back then.
She is now though.
I know I ain't hating on my baby. I ain't hating on. I love my baby. I know I'm glad she do now. But I'm just being honest. She was going to Sunday school for chips and the juice.
And hanging out with some of her lovelies. But yeah, so it was really, really hard. There were a couple of times where I left sobbing. I dropped my child off and I walked out sobbing. I'm just crying as I'm walking out. And nobody even batted an eye. They're like, oh, par for the course. Sobbing mom.
I dropped out. Bye. Take your book sack.
But he would be the one. Maci got a scratch on her arm. What happened? I don't know. You need to ask the teacher why she got distraction on. I'm not asking.
You got to, man, because they got, man.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do, because they have been, back then when
she
that
was
happened.
Fine. She had a scratch.
Let me finish. Because back then, they had been going around with these, where these people was for real, where these babysitters and stuff.
Yes, and I appreciate that.
Children, so I had to make sure.
But this is not the okay, baby.
But I had to make sure none of these teachers was abusing my child, so I didn't have to go up there and abuse them. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And get locked up for it because it'd be a felony on me, but they'll probably get out scot-free for scratching my child on her nose or on her arm or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I had to make sure that they wasn't abusing my child because that felony was going to be well worth it. You know what I'm saying? So I had to make sure.
There was one time Maci had a claw, like somebody had grabbed her back like that on her back, and I literally freaked out. I'm messaging the teacher, and then I go, but it literally looked like somebody had just her back, and that's exactly what happened. Because she was intentionally trying to dive headfirst into a huge ant mound. And the speech tech completely freaked out. She was like, I didn't realize it scratched her. I should have called you. I was like, oh, that's par for the course. Because she does that. She likes to play in ant beds. And so I knew it was my child. These people love my child and will do anything to keep her from harm.
Man, I'm about to go to the school. After that, busting beer cans open, stone cold stunners everywhere.
After that, I was like, oh, these poor people got to deal with what I had to deal with for years. Poor babies.
And they don't get paid. Used to it, though.
Yeah, and they are. They're very professional and very caring and loving. And then I was leaving. At that point, I was leaving and crying because we had somehow found a place full of little angels who loved our baby just as much as we loved our baby. And so I would literally go to the car and just cry. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus, so much for my baby. It was a roller coaster of emotions the first year and a half. And then it just kind of got to be routine. Like, it was a crazy routine, obviously, and it lasted a lot longer than we thought it was supposed to last.
What you mean crazy routine?
Like the driving back and forth and the...
It was worth it to me.
It was worth it, but like, it was a lot. Like, that's because you were at work. But like,
I still had to do it on my off days.
You did have to do it. Did you?
Yeah. I had to drop me some days, drop off, and
but
pick
see,
up.
That's still not the same routine. You didn't have the get up at 4:30. This was my routine. Listen to the routine until I quit. I was like, you're gonna have to find a ride to work. Those last few weeks before you got a truck, I was like, yeah, you can find a ride to work. I can't do this no more. But like, getting up with you, you're going to work, but I'm going back and I'm still awake dealing with this 4 or 5 year old who is up and mad about it because it's too early in the morning, and then going to therapy and either finding something to do for an hour until it's time to go pick her back up again, or going home and then doing house stuff, making dinner in to-go boxes sometimes because we had church, but we needed to eat before dinner, and so we're eating in the car. It was a mess. It was a crazy hot mess for a few years, but we made it work. And I think what happened for me in this realization, because therapy thank the Lord for my therapist. But that I've come into recently, and not just therapy. I watched Black Love. If you are not subscribed to the Black Love channel, or you don't watch them on you should. It's wonderful. I've kept up with them for the past couple of years, but they had an episode with Kariga and Felicia, and it was about child loss. I saw the clips, and then I saw Kariga's kind of homage to his baby girl that they lost, and I just started bawling. And I thought maybe it's because I have a niece that we lost. There was a neonatal loss, and Destiny died really. Maybe that's why I'm relating to that. But that wasn't it at all. It took me a little while, but what I realized I was crying for was all the little bitty things that we had lost over the years, and that because of the busyness of our schedule, I had just neglected to grieve, or I'd gotten into the really bad habit of whenever a painful emotion would come up around something that could have been a positive for us, but because our child struggles with dealing with autism, was not a positive for us, or something that we could not enjoy, I would just automatically replace it with the thing that we could enjoy. And so all of these little bitty griefs had piled up over the 3.5 years now since she has been diagnosed. The 18-month-old who is all of a sudden putting together full sentences and speaking their mind. The 2-year-old that is bringing you a diaper and saying, hey, can you change my diaper? And you're having the conversation, well, why don't you get potty trained? And no, I don't want to. Even those little things. The 3-year-old who's asking questions about where babies come from. And the 4-year-old who's getting ready for school and they're feeling nervous and all that. Like, all of those milestones, not only will we never get, because Maci is 7 now, we can't go back in time, but also that we get to watch firsthand and all of the other wonderful children in our life. And it is heartbreaking. It is daily heartbreaking. And for years I just squashed down the heartbreak so I could deal with today, but it's hard to enjoy today if you're not dealing with some of the things. You can't enjoy what you have if you're constantly trying to not focus on what you don't have. And I know that may be hard, but like, I'm constantly trying to shut my eyes to what I don't have. I can't even see what I have. And so I talked to Micah about how I had to be sad. Like, this is probably the first time in a very long time that I've stopped to think about what could Maci have been like? What could parenting a neurologically typical child been like for us? And what it feels like to know that I will never have it. And that kind of sadness and disappointment and grief is real. And it is okay to be sad, because my counselor Holly said I can be sad. And I can tell people that when their child does something really cute, it's okay if I tell them that I love them and that's beautiful, but my child will never do that. And it makes me sad. And I don't have to hide it. I can be sad and it's okay. I have permission to not be okay with the fact that there are some things that my child will never get to do. And that is okay. And I'm learning to be okay with not being okay with some of the struggles that my child has. Why do you keep looking at me like that?
I'm trying to see if you're about to cry.
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to keep it together.
I mean, I wasn't gonna make fun of you.
If I do cry, it's okay if I'm sad.
That's what I'm saying.
But my makeup is cute and I don't want to mess it up.
I'm trying, I mean, you got the stomach going, so I'm just, I'm trying to see if you're going to...
If I'm going to make it? Yeah. And that was a long place to get to, because part of the depression I'm dealing with, depression is depressed. Mm. I'm literally suppressing down emotions. And so we had the conversation in the council session before last. Like, what are you not feeling? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, you're not feeling something. That's what depression is. What are you not feeling, Theresa? And it took me a week, and it took me YouTube watching to figure out all of the sadness that I wasn't feeling. And so I've been doing a lot of crying this week about how sad I am. How truly sad I am. And how how angry I get sometimes, and how it's not fair. It's not, because it's not. It's not fair. Life isn't meant to be fair, but that doesn't mean that it not being fair doesn't make me sad. And I do sad.
Man, we need to call this the Team Yin Yang Lawson channel. Because I'm the complete opposite.
He is.
That's just me.
Do you ever get sad about it?
No. Because I feel like my daughter is just as smart or just like any other normal kid.
And I think she's smart, but you don't ever get sad about some of the things that you don't get to do?
No, because never and don't is not in my vocabulary when it comes to.
But she may never.
Okay. You create your own experiences with her.
I mean, that's true. And that is true. But I think I had to get through. I don't think I've been a fully present parent. Because Maci has not gotten all of me. Because I've been looking past who she is now, trying to go through therapy and to get to where she could be and look into where she could be. And I think this is the first time I've realized, well, what if she never could be? What if she never is? And this is all you have? Are you just not going to enjoy it?
To be honest with you,
what?
I mean, I would love to have. Well, I still think my child's normal. I would love to have a normal child, but I'm kind of.
Mm-hmm. By normal, he means neurologically typical. Please do not come for us in the comments.
But what I'm saying, I'm actually looking forward to this challenge and seeing where this goes.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it though.
I think,
I could live without my child struggling to learn how to tie her shoes.
I don't think she's gonna always. That's not gonna always be a struggle though.
Maybe not always, but it is now, and it makes me sad that she has to struggle now.
Like I said, I think the older she get, things she'll start panning out. Just give it time.
You're never sad?
No, I mean I feel like what is, that ain't gonna, to me.
But emotions aren't about accomplishing things. They're about feeling. And so you feel them and you move. I know. But you feel them and you move past them. And I think that's part of what I did. I wouldn't be sad because what good is that going to do? I have to do this for my child. I have to do this for my child. I have to help her do this. But sometimes for me, I just need to be sad about the fact that I can't put bows in her hair because sensory processing, and then she'll choke on them because she tries to take them out and chew them. Or that, I don't know. It's the little things, I think. And it's the big things, too. It is I would like to have a conversation with my child.
And I believe eventually you will. It's not, I mean, just because it's not happening now doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
I know that, but I can be sad about the fact that it's not happening now.
Yeah. I'm not taking that
away. Are
you
sure you're not sad about the fact that it's not happening now?
I am fine. Because my child knows how to
He keeps saying he's fine. My counselor says I should be very worried about the fact that he says he's fine.
I am good because I feel me and my child do have conversations.
We do. They're just different. And I want to have the other ones too. Where I believe we are going to get there. It's all in due time. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. We always try to rush God's time, and we can't rush God's time. What if God's timing is never?
See, you can't think like that.
But what if it is?
Well, as long as my child can still come to me and let me know what she wants or let me know what she needs in her own way, I'm good with that.
I don't have that kind of peace yet. I'm kind of mad.
I mean, it's okay for you. It's okay for you to be mad. That is old.
I'm a little salty.
I'm not taking that away from you.
Like, and see, this is me. This is the conversation that I had with the Lord the other day. I'm crying watching this St. Jude commercial about this mama. Y'all probably seen it on YouTube. This mama, I don't know why I torture myself watching these St. Jude commercials, but I feel like I need to watch them and support the people who are going through these things and send them good vibes. But this mama had 10 miscarriages. Had her miracle baby. The baby has a brain tumor. Really, God? That's what we doing? Giving the miracle babies brain tumors? Oh, but thank God for St. Jude. Yes, I am super thankful for St. Jude. Know some kids who have been there and been helped tremendously. They're part of the research effort. But we could bypass all this and God could just say kids can't get sick. And that would be perfectly fine with me. But kids getting sick? Okay, Jesus. You say this is what we got to do, all right. Like, I don't agree that kids should have to be sick. And I cannot agree because I'm human and I can be wrong. That's fine. But
that's how you feel.
Nah, but that's genuinely how I feel. Like, that was the conversation I had with God. Like, we could just bypass all this and just have healthy, happy, whole. Every human being, as long as they are a child, is healthy, happy, and whole. And we save all the other stuff for when we're adults. Because children should not have to go through that. It's not fair. They're just precious. And that's genuinely how I feel. And I'm sure there are many God reasons to why that's not the way it is. But I don't care. I don't like it.
You can't.
I can if I want to.
Nah. Sometimes it's not always God. Sometimes it's people. People abuse their bodies and stuff like that. But they become out sick, and that's why I say you can't place all that on God. Sometimes, Some babies come out. Let me finish. Some babies come out. Let me finish. Some babies come out from when parents was drinking alcohol.
But God is still God. He can protect the baby in the womb.
I respect that. But like I said,
because there are some babies who are born to smoking and drinking and drug addicted parents who come out fine. And so God is still God that can do that. But
Rex.
and I think we're getting off topic. It's just the fact that I wish it weren't this way. Mm-hmm. And I don't agree that it should be. If any baby should have to not struggle to do anything in the world, it is my baby. But that's not what it is, and I'm not happy about it. And I have put off not being happy about it for like 3.5 years, and also I think now I'm just dealing with it. I think probably because it's slowed down a lot too. Like, I actually have the time to deal with my feelings. We have 2 cars. Macy's at school all day long. We're not gonna go to 4:00 today. Like those kind of things. Like, I have time to deal with my feelings, and that's just what I'm feeling right now. Like, this is so hard and so sad and so not fair. And so I have to deal with those feelings so that I can enjoy the child that I do have. Because first things first, Maci is amazing. She is hilarious, bright and shining and beautiful and kind and loving and very smart. Almost so smart it's not good for herself, but but yeah, that's just the kind of struggle that it has been for me the past few years. But I'm happy for you that you straight.
Oh, yeah.
I can be salty by myself. It's all right.
So let me ask you this.
Yes, baby, because we got to wrap this up.
How we doing together working as a team?
Dang it! You did that smooth, yeah. I think we're doing really well. I thank you for giving me the space to, like, do the counseling and the psychiatry, and I deal with my health issues, and I thank you for helping me for actually being a partner. Like, and a partner that is flexible. Like, when I change and what I can bring to the table, you step up to fill in the gaps. And I know that I do that for you too, but like, I'm very thankful that I have a partner that will do it for me. So, and I appreciate that.
Dang, bro.
What?
I had no answer like that.
I mean, I be
going on these super saiyan answers.
Apparently, I don't be as good to you as you be to me. So
I ain't say that, man. Don't give me that.
Oh, while you're thinking, one thing that you can work on is cleaning up the downstairs bathroom. We're going to get a maid to come in because I'm going to call her to come in for next week. And she's going to clean all of our bathrooms so we don't have to worry about it. Bathrooms and stuff like that. But, like, Could you clean the downstairs
Clean my
bathroom?
own bathroom. I cleaned it last time.
When was the last time you cleaned it though?
Last week.
No.
It was last week.
It's been 2 weeks.
It ain't been no 2 weeks.
It has been 2
Stop playing.
weeks.
I ain't not finna argue with you on
All
this.
right, whatever. Don't argue with me then.
Shoot, you can
What
walk
if I
on.
didn't done well? I just turned this thing down and I'm still coming in hot. Oh.
Seeing as this is video number 2.
Baby.
Thinking, man. Thinking. Look, thank you for letting me spend time with my family.
Oh, that I'm so glad you got to do
Appreciate
that.
that.
It was fun letting you spend
I
time with your
need to.
family.
I need to plan the next one because they.
But not before I plan my hotel stay where I'll be by myself.
Whatever. Hurry up and plan that.
Probably next time you're off on the weekend.
Which is next week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I need to plan that again because they really enjoyed themselves.
And I enjoyed you enjoying yourself genuinely.
that.
Genuinely. I really enjoyed you being able to go do that.
Yeah, what you need to work on is hurrying up and planning this hotel stay so I can get through this and replan my replan
your
my
day
hang
off.
with my family. Yes.
We have to do better about in the future about making
And we
sure
need
that we
to-
get alone
We
time.
need to start planning this hotel thing. We've been slacking.
Yeah, we have been. We've only done it once.
We need to plan getting rid of Maci for a little while.
That's not gonna happen for a while, babe. I love you.
Why?
Where's she gonna go? We'll talk about it later. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Hit the notification bell. Follow us on our social medias. Facebook, Team Lawson. Instagram, Team Lawson 225. If you have any questions or topics for us, you can email us at teamlawson225@gmail.com or call the number, our Google number, 504-252-0531.
We'll see you in the next video.
God bless you.